Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 2 of Off the Shelf. Last time I covered 2 games that were the third entry in the series, those being Shadow Warrior 3 and Silent Hill 3. And today I guess I'm keeping up themes, but this time the theme is arcade games. And the 2 games we'll be taking a look at are the new TMNT Shredder's Revenge game and Total Carnage, specifically the SNES port. But before I dive into those games, just like last time, I want to say that I will be taking recommendations for games on this show. So let me know down below something you'd like to see me play, maybe a game you think I'd like, and maybe it'll show up in a future episode of Off the Shelf. And with that being said, let's get right to it. In the last 10 years or so, we've been blessed with some fantastic beat-em-ups, with the likes of Scott Pilgrim, the success of the River City Girls games, and a handful of excellent indie titles. And I can safely say you can add TMNT Shredder's Revenge to that list. This utterly phenomenal beat-em-up is the perfect love letter to all things TMNT. Whether it be references to characters from the shows, enemies from previous games, iconic moves, and even a few references to the live-action movies, it's pure nostalgia housed in one of the best beat-em-ups I've played in a long time. Right off the bat, our heroes have an impressive background of moves to dish out plenty of damage with to foes. Everything from classic maneuvers from the NES trilogy to the iconic screen throw of Turtles in Time. Each attack just packs the perfect punch combined with a cartoony yet pleasing thud that really forges each combo into something fierce. Not to mention you have some charge moves and a super attack to kick some shell with. Those, in conjunction with destroyable obstacles, can lead to over-the-top and gratifying scenarios like this one right here. And I can't go on without pointing out some of the fun callbacks to older titles, like the turtles being flattened when they get run over, just like in the OG NES game, the classic falling into the super gag found in various titles, and if you told me that we'd have a new TMNT game that features not 1, but 2 ninja raps, neither one of them being all that cringy or embarrassing, I would have laughed in your face. Also, I can't be the only one who thinks it's a nice change of pace to see April, Casey Jones, and Splinter join the battle. It's about time these 3 see some Foot Clan clobbering action. And you get plenty of it across these 16 playable levels as you face down the likes of Bebop, Rocksteady, Krang, Shredder, the usuals, all throughout the city. While the game may rely on and call back to previous entries, I have to state that it stands on its own as an enjoyable run amok in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles world. So if for some reason you haven't snagged a copy of Shredder's Revenge, first off, what the shell are you doing? And second, do yourself a favor and pick it up ASAP. You will not regret it. Originally released in the arcade and eventually ported to the SNES, Midway's over-the-top, bullet-soaked sequel to Smash TV has long since been a guilty pleasure of mine. There's something so radically dumb, yet endearing about how relentless this game is that it just begs to be experienced. But how do you top something like Smash TV? I don't know. How about turn everything up to 11? More enemies, more explosions, more chaos, turn every waking second into absolute insanity. Make it Total Carnage. And that's exactly what it is. From the push of the start button, bullets almost never stop flying, enemies rush you from all sides, and death may as well be inevitable. Seriously, this game is the equivalent of throwing quarters at a screen, as it is usually mere seconds before I'm swept up by a mob of baddies and using my next life. It's a well-known fact that deaths per second was not a unit of measurement before Total Carnage. Come on guys, it's just science. To this day, I am flabbergasted that this game was ported with limited continues. Yeah, you heard that right. You had to beat this insanity with only 3 continues on the SNES. That's enough to last me through the epic first boss fight, and that's about it. But after asking my old friend Mr. Game Genie for a wish, I was able to see what else the SNES port offered. And to my surprise, it was pretty accurate to the unforgiving nature of the arcade game, but not without some compromises. The button-mashing electric chair minigame is gone, and a certain mustachioed tyrannical ruler no longer makes a cameo towards the end. Other than that, the utter chaos of Total Carnage is well represented, flaws and all. While I do prefer this to Smash TV, I can't put aside the fact that this game feels a bit sluggish in a way that seems intentionally unfair. Like they make you just slow enough to regularly get cornered or mobbed. It's also worth noting that much like an arcade beat-em-up, this game does grow a bit stale towards the end, especially after wading through 2 airfields and 2 Jeep stampedes. In short, the game really would have benefited from some more locales. The dumber, the better. I mean, clearly the game is having fun with itself by having General Akboob use a baby milk factory as his cover-up, and just look at our lead reporter's face. Wow, that's unfortunate. If only the game leaned into this zaniness a little more, I could see Total Carnage having a cult status closer to that of the Choaniki games. But as it stands, it's a fun, yet middling experience just shy of being on par with its predecessor. If you've never played Total Carnage, then I definitely recommend giving the arcade game a shot for the sheer shock value alone. The SNES port, on the other hand, only comes recommended out of curiosity or for completionist's sake. So if Smash TV on steroids sounds like fun to you, then this is the game you're looking for. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this episode, consider checking out these other videos right here, or even subscribing. Also, if you'd like to throw me a couple of bucks, you can support the show on Patreon.